It's time to predict the scores for game week 28 of this 2024-2025 Premier League season. As you can tell, I'm here on my own again this week. Nathan's Voice Engage editing Cardiff City vlog, which we went to last night. But hopefully you'll return for game week 29. Incidentally, top scorer, if you're playing along at home, over at the Superbru website currently is Alex Cochrane, and Alex is currently on 249.5 points. So let's just get down to business and make our predictions for game week 28. First up, on Saturday lunchtime, 12:30 here in the UK, live on TNT Sports, we've got Nottingham Forest entertaining Manchester City. This is third against fourth. In game week 27, Nottingham Forest played out a 0-0 draw against Arsenal, who are currently in second position, and Manchester City made it 4 wins out of 5 with a narrow victory against Spurs. In this one, I think it's going to be another tight match. Man City aren't in Champions League action this week. Nottingham Forest, haven't won in 3 matches themselves in the league, so I think it's going to be narrow, but I think the Citizens will come through this one 2-1. Nathan, on the other hand, he thinks it will be even tighter than that, and he has gone for a draw. He's gone for 1-1. We then move on to the first of the 3 o'clock kick-offs, where Brighton take on Fulham down on the south coast. Now this one ended up 1-1 last season, and it's really hard to split the teams. Brighton kind of blowing hot and cold at the moment, although they have won their last 3 matches, have scored 9 goals and just conceded the 1. Those matches have been against Bournemouth, Southampton and Chelsea, where they beat them 3-0. Fulham, on the other hand, currently in 9th position, 4 wins out of their last 6 matches, a decent 2-1 away win against Wolverhampton Wanderers in game week 27. So this was very, very tight again, and I think it's going to be a repeat scoreline of last season, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And Nathan, he agrees. He thinks it's going to end up in a draw as well, but he's gone for Desmond. He's gone for Brighton 2, Fulham 2. Next up, we've got Crystal Palace coming up against Ipswich. Of course, Mateta missing this one with, I think he'll miss this one with those multiple stitches in his head after the collision or the kung fu kick to the head last week. Ipswich Town currently languishing in 18th position, just the 3 wins this season, and it's 5 defeats in their last 6 matches. Crystal Palace doing very well, 3 wins in their last 4, and an excellent 4-1 win against Aston Villa last time out. And I think Palace will be too strong for this Ipswich side, and I'm going to go for a 3-1 home win to the Eagles. And Nathan agrees. He thinks Palace will win as well, but by the solitary goal, he's gone for a 2-1 victory to Palace. Next up, we got Liverpool coming up against Southampton, and on paper this one looks a foregone conclusion, doesn't it? Liverpool currently in action in Europe, playing in Paris against Paris Saint-Germain, where currently it's 0-0 at the time of recording. Southampton, rock bottom of the Premier League, 5 defeats in their last 6 matches. Woeful, isn't it, from the Saints? Just the 2 wins all this season, and a 4-0 thumping in the league last time out against Chelsea. I've gone for a straightforward 4-0 home victory to Liverpool in this one, but Nathan's gone for one more. He's gone for a 5-0 win to the Reds. Next up, we got the tea time kickoff in the UK, 5:30. Got Brentford coming up against Aston Villa. Now, I've been really impressed with Aston Villa of late. I was actually at the FA Cup tie last Friday where they beat Cardiff City 2-0. It was a thoroughly professional job done by Aston Villa, and they play the ball so well up front with the likes of Sensio, Ollie Watkins, Marcus Rashford, etc. Brentford have had a decent season, currently in 11th position in the league, just 2 defeats in their last 7 matches, and they played out a 1-1 draw in game week 27. But I fancy Villa in this one. I think both teams will score, and I'm going to go for Brentford 1, Aston Villa 2. Nathan, on the other hand, he thinks this one's going to end up in a draw, and he's gone for Brentford 1, Aston Villa 1. Next up, 8 o'clock on Saturday night, we've got Wolves coming up against Everton. Now, we know Cunha is suspended for 3 matches. He won't return to action until the 5th of April at the very least. Everton, since David Moyes has come in, have done brilliantly. Okay, they've had 3 draws in their last 4 matches, the most recent of which was a 1-1 draw against Brentford. I think Cunha missing this game is going to be a massive blow to Wolves. He makes them tick in the opposition half of the field, so I think it's going to be tight, but I think Everton will come through this one with a 1-0 victory. And Nathan agrees. He's gone for an Everton victory as well, but he thinks the Toffees are going to come through this one 2-0. Next up, we move on to Sunday, where Chelsea entertain Leicester City. Leicester in woeful form, 5 defeats in their last 6 matches, 61 goals conceded in 27 matches. Not great. Having trouble scoring, haven't scored in their last 4 matches. Chelsea kind of blowing hot and cold at the moment. They are in 5th position. A thumping of the Saints, Southampton in their last match. So this one, I think Chelsea may find it a little bit difficult at times against Leicester. Probably be a little bit more resolute, the Foxes, but I think Chelsea will ultimately come through this one with a 3-0 victory. Nathan agrees, but he thinks Leicester will score in this one against this Chelsea defence, who can be a bit leaky at times. He's gone for a 3-1 home victory to Chelsea. Next up, we've got Spurs coming up against Bournemouth. Spurs currently in 13th position. A defeat against Manchester City last time out. Prior to that, though, it was 3 wins on the bounce in the Premier League. Bournemouth having a phenomenal season, although they have lost 3 times in their last 4 matches in the league, last of which was a 2-0 reverse away against Brighton. This one, I can't separate the 2 teams. Last season, Spurs did the double over the Cherries, but Spurs, their form's a bit erratic. Bournemouth have been great, and I think they'll end up this one all square. I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw. And Nathan, he actually thinks that Bournemouth are going to take all 3 points. He doesn't think Spurs will score in this one either, so he's gone for Spurs 0, Bournemouth 2. Next up, Happersfour live on Sky in the UK. This match in previous seasons probably the biggest match of the weekend, but not really anymore, you could say. But it is a massive match for Arsenal, who really need to win this fixture if they want to have any chance of winning the title now. A phenomenal win in Europe on Tuesday evening where they won 7-1. I think they'll follow it up again here with another win. I don't think this Manchester United will break this Arsenal rearguard, so I'm going to go for a 2-0 away victory to the Gunners. Nathan agrees, but he thinks Man United will score in this one, and he's gone for a 3-1 away win to Arsenal. And the final fixture of game week 28 takes place on Monday evening, 8 o'clock in the night, in London. West Ham against Newcastle. Newcastle, their form's a little bit all over the place. 4 defeats in their last 6 matches in the Premier League. A 2-0 reverse against Liverpool last time out. West Ham have shown signs of improvement in recent weeks. A 2-0 win against Leicester. Prior to that, though, it was an excellent 1-0 away win against Arsenal, and I think they'll win again here. I think it'll be tight. Newcastle picking up injuries in their ranks. Lewis Hall looks like he's out for the season, and he's had an amazing or a great season at fullback. But I think the Hammers will take all 3 points here in a very, very narrow win under the lights in London. So I've gone for a 2-1 home win to the Hammers. And Nathan has gone the complete opposite. He thinks Newcastle will come away with the 3 points and with a 2-1 away win. So those are our predictions for game week 28. As I said, if you're playing along at home, make sure you leave your predictions over at the Superbru website. Failing that, leave your predictions in the comment section below, because myself and Nathan read each and every one of your comments and have a good laugh at the same time. So it's coming to the business end of the season. Liverpool look like they're running away with it. Defeat this weekend and a win for Arsenal, and the Gunners could close the gap. At the bottom end of the table at the moment, it's the 3 promoted teams in the relegation zone. Ipswich and Leicester will be hoping to take something from this weekend so they can catch up with the likes of Wolves and possibly Everton, but it's going to be very difficult for them because in the last 6 matches for Ipswich, Leicester and Southampton, they've only recorded 2 wins between them. So whatever you're doing this weekend, enjoy all the action in the Premier League. Good luck for all your teams, and we'll see you both hopefully next week for game week 29.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling.